All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys had a fantastic day yesterday. Ready to rock and roll and get back at it again today. It is June 1st, 2023, first day of the month. Gonna get off to a great start this month. I hope you guys are on the same page as I am, because I'm ready to rock and roll. Before we get started, as always, it's gonna go something like this. We'll take a look at the SPY and the QQQ, determine market bias, pick which way we think the markets are headed today. After that, I will review the favorites list on the right-hand side of the screen there. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, how I'm trading, any of that stuff, make sure you ask that in the chat log. As always, make sure you guys are practicing proper money management. This is a very challenging business. You will not get rich quick. You will not earn while you learn. You're going to have to do it the right way, which is by slowly raising your risk, starting off with very small risks, maybe $5 to $10 per trade, then incrementally working your way up till you're at a full risk there. So with that, let's get going on the market. If you guys need help about money management, any of that stuff, make sure you check out the Lang Trading Discord. We can get you straightened out in there. So yeah, let's get into the market, guys. Pretty much a flat open on the SPY and the Qs, minor gap up. Good morning, Casey. How you doing today? Fine. I was almost said Wednesday, but it's Thursday. The short weeks got me. But nonetheless, SPY and Qs pretty much a flat open, very gapping up at all. So I have a pretty neutral bias. Neutral bias today. I'm kind of leaning towards the bullish side, but I'm really not sold on that at all. Wouldn't be surprised if we sold off and dropped down below 416 here. So pretty neutral bias going into today. Not really leaning one way or the other. Like I said, we have the resistance up here, like 419, 420. We got support down at that 416 area. So just kind of a wait and see bias. You can see in the pre-market, there's really not a clear indication of where we're going. So pretty much just a wait and see bias. Very neutral at the moment. We're just kind of going to see what the market gives us. The Qs are still pretty extended up here. So like I said, I wouldn't be super surprised if we sold off a little bit, broke under yesterday's low and went a little bit lower. So a little more bearish on the Qs there. But like I said, pretty neutral bias, just kind of wait and see. We do have some good gaps though. Got some pretty nice gaps today, I'll tell you what. First up, the SMAR. So it was, it's not doing great volume. It's not really doing good volume at all. So really, I guess it said it was doing 30,000, but I'm not seeing that on the 1 minute. I'm not sure where it did those 30,000, but nonetheless, it is gap. Oh my goodness, it's not gapping up anymore, guys. Look at that, all the way back down. So maybe the SMAR might not be on my list. Might have to take that one off pretty early here. So we'll just move on here. Next up, we have Chewy. So Chewy's gapping up almost 20%. So this is a pretty wide range gap. Just under this pivot right there at 35.80. Over that area, I like it. Should have room up to about 38 bucks. Keep an eye on it. Be mindful it is a 20% gap, so a little bit of a bigger gap there. Next up, we have COF, Capital One Finance. So this one's gapping up over this little green bar into a nice little void. Should have room up to about the 109 area. So we're over all these moving averages. Been in a nice little uptrend here. So keep an eye on this one up to that 108, 109 area. Next up, DG, first idea on the short side. So this is actually a really nice short gap, guys. Gapping under 1, 2, 3, 4 pivots. Got easy room down to about 173. Average day for this is about $4 to $5. So exactly that range right there. So we're definitely be looking to trade this down to 173. It's not a super wide range gap either, only 11%. So definitely manageable. Casey, I'm going to get to that short trade in just a second, my man. I'm going to finish this list real fast. Next up, we got Crowd, CRWD. So this one's gapping down. It is into a little bit of support or junk right here. So we've been on a pretty strong uptrend, gapping down a little bit. You can see on the hourly chart. I guess here, just go here. Maybe have room down to like 144. There's a little bit of a shelf right there, so try to trade it down there. But again, not my favorite idea just because it has been a strong stock. And CRM is, I mean, these stocks are really similar. I think they got to be like the same sector or something because they trade pretty similarly, CRM and Crowd. So this one's gapping down. Got room to this little pivot right here. at like 205. So maybe try to get a move down there. Again, like I said, this is a pretty strong stock, has been. So be mindful of that. Maybe we'll get a nice little short pattern down to that 209 or 205 area. So keep an eye on it. Next up, we have NTAP. So NTAP's gapping up just below this pivot at 70.62. Over that, I like it a lot. I mean, it's gapping over this pretty nasty red bar right here, almost over this red bar. So if we get all the way up here, we'll definitely have the buyers in control. We'll definitely see some more of a pop. Try to get up to that $72 area, a little gap fill up there. So watch the NTAP. I really like it over that resistance up there. Next up, charge point. So over 988, I like it. Nice gap up, consolidation, moving higher. Keep an eye on that. Tesla, another one. It's been gapped up, kind of consolidated yesterday, so it showed some strength. Watch it over that 204.50 area. Got room up to about 208, maybe 210 there. Next up, we got AYX. So AYX is gapping up a little bit here. This isn't a pretty strong downtrend, so I don't like the weakness of it, but it looks like it's trying to get over that trend line. Maybe we trade it up to the $45 area, so definitely worth keeping an eye on. This smart, man, this thing's not making my list. I'm getting rid of it. I'm gonna I had a couple different short ideas, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the OKTA up here on my short side. And Casey, I'm gonna get to that in just a minute, my man. So go here, get rid of that thing. I'm gonna put NTAP on my list here. All right, there we go. Little bit of a list reorganization real fast there. All right, there we have it. So market is open, guys. Market is open. We're off to see the wizard. Let's make some money today. All right. Make sure you guys follow your trading plan. All right, ABBV. This is another one. Keep an eye on this one short. I'm getting under that resistance area, so I do like that. All right, so what do we got going on? Target, not target, SPY. I'm gonna get to that target in just a minute, Casey. It might be a few though, because I am gotta be on top of it right off the open. Okay. So Exxon Mobil going lower as well. So keep an eye on that Exxon Mobil short. SPY and Q's both looking a little bit lower off the open. I think really just peekaboo down there, didn't it? So yeah, SPY is moving a little bit lower. Q's dropping. The NTAP is looking strong, guys. I like NTAP a lot. Already over that resistance we need it to be. So keep an eye on NTAP. Chewy as well. Chewy's over the spot we need it to be at. COF. What is this? All right. Keep an eye on the COF. Ooh, actually, just enter this trade here. Keep an eye on this RCL too, guys. We can watch that. I want that on my backup list there. There we go. So yeah, COF. Really, all three of these first long ideas are looking pretty decent at the moment. Dollar General is kind of hanging out, not doing much. Crowd is moving lower. Already moved quite a bit lower, so it might be tough to trade that short. Pretty stout move to the short side. Crowd is kind of at that support we were talking about in the pre-market. The charge point's pulling in. Tesla's moving higher, guys. Keep an eye on the Tesla. Keep an eye on Tesla. AYX not looking good. OKTA is a little bit lower. Guys, watch this ABBV. Man, it's already dropped a lot. That thing's already dropped a lot. We can watch Exxon though. You can watch the Exxon. NTAP is looking good over high of the day, guys. Watch the NTAP. Watch NTAP over high of the day. Right up here, the 71.20. Got a little bit of range left, not a whole lot. 80-cent stop loss. Does some decent days. We're gonna need $2 day out of this thing. I mean, it does some $2 days. It's not completely uncommon, but it's not like it's an everyday type of thing. Keep an eye on this NTAP, guys. NTAP over high of the day. It's gonna be an 80-cent stop loss. 71.20 by 70.40. Keep an eye on it. Dollar General is already down to the support. So not going to be really trading that one probably. Crowd, CRM is all the way back up. All right. So ABBV, I think, is already down a lot. I'm going to watch this Exxon Mobil. I'm going to watch Exxon. I do like it. Capital One's getting real whippy. Guys, there's NTAP. Shit. Shit. I missed the NTAP. Whoa. Oh my goodness, I'm on the wrong account too, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. How do you get my account set? Damn. I feel like I should have been in this NTAP. I mean, it was aggressive. There's really not a whole lot. It's kind of a pseudo breakout, so just to stay patient on that, I suppose. Chewy's still looking higher though, so watch the Chewy. Watch Chewy up here. Got a little bit of range left. Right in. Who's this line at? Who's this? Yeah, got a little bit more range on the Chewy. Maybe up to 38 bucks. Keep an eye on it. Need a pattern out of that. COF. Dollar General is down bad. Crowd is hanging out. Exxon kind of hanging out. This AYX is a little bit interesting, guys. This AYX. I want to keep an eye on this one. Keep an eye on the AYX. I'm not going to put that up over COF because it's not. COF is not looking that great. Capital One, not looking super hot there. CRM is looking higher. ABBV is, man, that thing's already got a pretty nasty range concern there. Guys, NTAP is still looking pretty decent actually. NTAP over high today. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on NTAP up here. That thing just keeps going, doesn't it? 80-cent stop loss. You would have been up about a half hour already. Man, I really missed that, didn't I? Shit. Already up 63 cents. You would have needed 72 for full target. Oh man, I really screwed the pooch on that one, didn't I? Man. So NTAP, guys, if you got it, well done. I did not. Keep searching. It's early in the day. We got time, so no worries. Early in the day, we got time. This AYX is still really interesting, actually. It's pretty choppy right now, but keep an eye on it. Showing a little bit of strength. Markets have been pretty weak right here. Markets have been pretty weak. NTAP, this fucking thing. Would have went almost full target there. Probably could have tightened stop up a little bit, and you would have been at full target on NTAP. Man, I should have been in that. Is what it is. Still looking, guys. Capital One. This thing's pretty sloppy, pretty whippy. We can keep an eye on it higher, but I need some more volume out of that. Really not liking much on the backup list there. Exxon is bouncing pretty good. We can keep an eye on it for a sell setup maybe, but it's going a little bit higher than what you want to see there. Crowd is still real choppy. DG. So I'm really not liking any of my short ideas at the moment. I'm not a fan of any of these shorts. Maybe this OKTA. We can keep an eye on this one. Looking like the best thing out right now. So NTAP is doing its thing. Guys, Chewy is still interesting a little bit. Not a whole lot of range left. Almost at its average trading range. But this thing does have some pretty stout days. Does some pretty big moves. So definitely keep an eye on it. Actually, it's going like right here. So 36.98, 36.01. Guys, I'm about to get an order ready on this Chewy. 36.98 by 36.01. Target's going to be 38 basically. A little under. It's going right here, so I really did not want to see it just keep ripping like that. So yeah, this one I'm not really mad about missing. Not really worried about missing that. The end tap I should have been in. Should have been in on that end tap. Hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing, my man? How you been? Did you we're getting together this weekend sometime probably. Go over some trading ish. And Casey, I'm still gonna look at that target. I've got that target in my mind. Just you know how this first 10 to 15 minutes, man, you gotta be on your toes. Gotta be on your toes. So still watching Intap. Still keep an eye on this thing for some sort of sell setup or buy setup. I mean, 60, 70, 80 cent stop, my man. Busy, yeah, I feel that. I feel that, man. Gotta keep the grind going. So Chewy's kind of topping out up there. AYX kind of rolled over. Markets are finding a little bit of a bottom, bouncing up here a little bit. Like I said, I don't really see much on the short side. We can watch COF over high the day. Like I said, a little bit thin, a little bit spready at the moment. 15 cent spread there. So be careful with it. But charge point, you can still watch over high of the day. Tesla, same thing. Still has some range there. This OKTA, guys, I'm going to keep my eye on OKTA. OKTA. Bouncing up a little bit right here. See if maybe we can get it on like a sell setup or something. Right at that 50% retracement, right at that VWAP. Get in like $1.20 on the stop loss. Keep an eye on it. DG looks a little bit lower, but guys, we're literally 10 minutes into the day and this thing's already doubled its average trading range. Like, how much more does this thing really have left in it? I'm not sure. There it goes. But like I said, range is definitely a concern on that. Intap all the way back down to low of the day. All the way back down. Chewy still hanging out up here. So yeah, Chewy's another one where I'm going to be a little bit concerned about the range now. $1 stop loss, we've been up 50 cents. I mean, I think you got room to 38, but I mean, you're going to give it a 50-cent stop loss. You could if you want to be that aggressive. But all right, AYX still chopping around here. And there goes the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. I mean, if you liked it, would have been like 171. We're going to have to get it at least a $2 stop. When you're down $1.50, guess it's not off to a deep horrible start. But like I said, man, the range is that's my biggest concern there. All right, I don't think I have anything. Let's see, let me roll through this list one more time. Make sure there's nothing looking too good, and then I'll check out that target for you, Casey. There's DG. I mean, they win. They fucking win. Down another $3. So there it is. Oh shit. There's the OKTA buy setup. We could have been in $1.22 stop loss. Man, we were talking about it a minute ago, but I don't see a whole lot else right now. So I'm gonna go through this target real fast for you, Casey. Real quick. Target and short and target. Man, this thing's down a lot, dude. You're down like 20, like 10 bars in a row. This last bar had massive ending volume too. So entry at 130, stop at 141. So I mean, you got room to bounce. Target down to 110. I mean, you're gonna need that thing. This thing's definitely gonna get some sort of correction before it gets there, I believe. I don't think you're just gonna keep grinding down. I mean, you're down a lot, 17% in not that long of time. So a little bit tough there, but you do have a safe stop. Maybe this bounces and doesn't tag you, but down to 110 is going to be a little bit tough there. We're going to NIO too. Check this out real fast. A short, $7. Stop 745, so not a whole lot of room there. It is in a nice downtrend. Target down to 625. Yeah, this one's a little bit better. I like this one better. In a nice downtrend. You got room to drop, not super extended, so I like the 9.0. The target's a little bit tough for me. So pretty sloppy markets today, actually. Q's all the way back up towards high of the day. Intap's probably going to be done, guys. Chewy. Guys, this Chewy's interesting, actually. 36.97. Ooh, guys, I'm thinking about getting in this buy set at 36.97. I'm probably going to get, I don't think I need to give it the full dollar stop loss. Probably go 67 cents. So 36.30. All right, target's going to be. Guys, keep an eye on this. I'm going to give it a little more room here, actually. 36.80. 36.20. Give it a little more. Actually, give it that VWAP. All right. Markets are kind of double bottom right here, bouncing a little bit. This thing doesn't have a whole lot of range left. So we're off the 1 minute here as well. 5 minute. 5 minutes not that great. I'm still watching the Chewy. Keep an eye on that thing. Technically, I am supposed to be off the 1 minute, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that 1 minute buy setup. It keeps going a little bit lower, so probably not. So probably hold off on that. The end tap is chopping around here. Kind of like a pseudo, it's a pseudo buy setup for sure. Bro. Dollar stop loss. Yeah, I don't know. Markets are looking a little bit higher. Actually, Q's just put in a nasty red bar with some bottoming tails in the SPY. AYX is all the way back up towards high of the day, so keep an eye on this one. You could go high of the day by low of the day on it. I mean, it's got the range for that, so you can let that one ride. Okay, TA chopping around, XOM chopping around. You can watch XOM under low of the day. Keep an eye on XOM under that low. Don't see much else. So watching the AYX here. I'm really not watching Intap, honestly. This thing's slopping around now. So be careful there. Should have had that one early. Should have scalped an R out of that early, but we missed it. Chewy. Still a little bit interesting here. And that 1 minute does not look too bad, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That 1 minute buy setup looking all right. Maybe it'll chop around long enough and get us a 5 minute buy setup. That would be even better, honestly. That would be even better. All right. So by keeping on this AYX though, I do like the AYX. It's the volume. Volume's good on it. Oh, it is very spready, guys. It's got like a 20-cent spread, so that is definitely an issue. It's doing good volume, but there's a spread. So be mindful of that. All right. Let me scan these backup ideas real fast. I guess it's just targeting. Let's see here. Smart, Harvana, no. RCL, no, not really. You can watch the RCL, maybe over high today. It's worth watching, I suppose. Pretty sloppy markets though so far. I mean, we've been a little bit weak, looking like we're might be going lower here as well. Qs have been very choppy, just no real direction on the NASDAQ. Really bouncing off that support down there at 347, 346-ish. And Tap's still hanging out. Chewy is, like I said, man, Chewy's still a little bit interesting. Right at that 50% retracement. And like a 36.85. You get an 84-cent stop. You really don't need a whole lot more out of that. I'm gonna get my order ready on this Chewy. 36.85 by 36. 37. What is it? 70. All right. All right, guys. Keep an eye on this Chewy. We got another 60 seconds before this 5-minute bar completes itself. And this would technically be a pseudo buy setup as well. It's got the lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low. So keep an eye on that Chewy over 36.85. Man, General is just down bad, man. I think it's just down a lot. My goodness. Impressively weak on that. There really is not a whole lot of range on this Chewy, man. The volume is absolutely stellar, though. This 1-minute pattern is pretty nice. What do we need out of this? We're going to need, right now, odds there, so we need another 20 cents out of it. That's not too bad. Definitely does have the range. I'm going to keep an eye on Chewy. Not getting in there just yet, though. It's moving a little bit lower here as well, so. In tap, still chopping around quite a bit. AYX, guys, this thing is still interesting. Like I said, the spread is the main concern. It's got like a 20-cent spread, so you're going to have to go with that 89-cent stop loss. We're looking at XPEV, Casey. I'll check that out in just a second on that. OKTA still has a little bit of room lower, not a whole lot. And that sell setup was there, wasn't it? We got in $1.22, down $1.42. And I'm really missing these 1-minute charts. I am just not on my game with the 1-minute charts here. I need to be a little bit quicker. Still watching Exxon, guys. Exxon actually looks pretty interesting here. Keep an eye on that. Otherwise, not a whole lot. So watching AYX higher, Exxon lower. Markets are looking a little bit lower here. SPY's almost put in a new low. We still have quite a bit of support though. I mean, all the way down to 416, we got support on SPY, so it's not just a drop off void. Qs are pretty sloppy up here. Under low of the day on the Qs, we do have a void, so be mindful. We get all the way down there, could see some more red. Man, OKTA is just getting it done. Man, the 1 minute's just been my bane, like just the bane of my existence, man. That was a pretty clean little 1-minute sell setup right there. Hard to beat those. All right, guys, AYX over high of the day. I'm about to get an order ready for it. 41.75 by low of the day, 40.86. We're gonna need with a 42.64. All right, guys, keep an eye on this one. Just a little bit of room here. Mother trucker, there it goes. Well, didn't really give us that rest. I mean, it was a sloppy breakout. There's really not a whole lot there to go off of, but still has a lot of range left. So keep an eye on the AYX for another pattern, for an actual pattern. Because that really wasn't a pattern there. Still watching the Chewy here as well. Still watching Chewy. You get a little bit better entry, a little more aggressive, but you probably scalp it out towards high of the day though. On now, give it like an 85-cent stop loss. Get out right at high of the day. So keep an eye on the Chewy. It's going a little bit lower here. We don't want to see it go under 36. If it breaks 36, it's going to be real hard to justify that. But keep an eye on it at the moment. See that AYX is moving up a little bit. AYX on the run. ExxonMobil still one I want to keep an eye on. ExxonMobil, guys. Honestly, Exxon 75 cent stop loss. I think I might actually get an order ready on this. Is it 101.27 by 101.99? Short. We got 72 cents. You really need 100.5. A little bit more or less. I mean. All right, guys. Keep an eye on the ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil under low of the day. Markets are bouncing a little bit here, finding some support, and that AYX is ripping, isn't it? 89 cent stop loss. You're up 34 cents, so almost half hour on the AYX. Keep an eye on the Exxon. Chewy's still hanging out, doing what it needs to do, so watch that one for a buy setup as well. I'm gonna go. I don't really think Exxon. I think Exxon needs a few more minutes here. So this Chewy, we'll see how it does at 36. Okay, it's not doing anything at 36, so probably not trading that thing. AYX, I still want to watch. Still want to keep an eye on AYX, guys. I like it. I do. I think we got room to run on this. I think we got some room on the AYX. Chewy's finally getting that bounce. So, again, maybe we can still keep an eye on it, especially now that the buy setup is going to give us a high of the day target. So now we don't have to exceed that range at all. All we got to do is basically retest the high. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. 36.62. 36.62 by 35.86. 62 by 35.86. 76 cent stop. Might give it a little bit more actually. Just because we can get all the way up to high today at 80. So I'm gonna give it 85. There we go. All right. Oh, son of a gun. Did we get it? We did not get that. Okay, so 36.62. We got a chance to get it again. There we go. Yes, I'm gonna get in the Chewy now. There we go. 36.55. So we got a little bit of a better fill there just because we had to use a limit order because our initial order did not hit. All right, so there we go. Chewy, show you why. 36.62 by 35.77. Chewy. And that X head, Casey, I will get to that in just a second. Son of a gun, dude. AYX all the way up towards high today. I'm gonna raise this stop up to that pivot at 86 actually. All right. Raising the stop just a bit on that one. AYX. We've been 89 cent stop loss. You're up 71 cents. Oof. Man, we're missing some trades today. Sheesh. We are missing some trades today. Nothing to do with Intab really, other than that one early trade. AYX still has a little bit of range left. So maybe we get some sort of buy setup or something. Maybe we get lucky. But I mean, that thing is literally 2 cents away from target. Could have given a little bit tighter stop loss and he would have already been out. All right, keep it searching. DG bouncing a little bit. OKTA. Even the 5-minute sell setup was there. Hit target. Man, oh man, guys. Okay. ExxonMobil, low of the day, 101.27. by 101.99. All right, guys. Order is about to be in there on this one. A few more cents. Yeah, I like this breakdown quite a bit on XOM. There we go. Orders in there on the XOM. XOM 101.27 by 101.99. Looking real weak. Got a nice void below it. Plenty of range. Good volume. Markets are chopping around a little bit here. So, man, oh my goodness. There's too many trades where I should have been in them and I'm not. AYX all the way up to target. All right. Still in the chewy. It's looking all right at the moment. So what do we got here? I'm not exactly sure, honestly. Oh man, AYX. That man, guys, should have been in this one, no doubt about it. Should have been in the NTAP, OKT. Man, there was money on the table today. Whew. God dang. God dang, god dang. So XOM literally just peek boot us in there, bouncing up a little bit. What do we got here? We got a 72-cent stop loss, so I'll raise this, lower it down a little bit. It's not even worth it, honestly. It's really not even worth lowering it yet. 101.84. I'm gonna lower it down to there. 101.84 on the XOM mobile. Man, oh man, oh man. All right. So SPY's still chopping around, trying to bounce a little bit. Qs actually are moving up all the way high today, so strong move on the Qs. Chewy still kind of hanging out up here, getting a little bit worrisome. Not too much just yet, just a little bit. I'm going to raise this stop up to 35.95. So now we got a what was that? 60-cent stop loss. All right, so yeah, we're about 0.65 R risk on the Chewy. Oh, I did not look at XPEP. I'm sorry. Let me check it out. Did not look at the XPEP yet. This one looks good. I like the void already. XPEP 740. Stop at 818. So you got a pretty decent stop. Pretty nice little trade there. Target down to 620. Yeah, I like it. Your target's right at that support. So once you start getting down under $7, you might start seeing a little bit of a bounce. But otherwise, I do like it in a nice downtrend, room to drop. So yeah, could be in a very early stage one, so you might be putting in a higher low here, but otherwise not too bad on the XTEP. It is hard to borrow though, so you might not be able to get shares of that. Might have to fight for some shares there. Man, look at XTEP. You dog, man. Triggered us in by a penny. All the way back out. Looks like it's gonna tag us out here. All right, tis what it is. So AYX is. Oh my goodness, guys! I really should have had this one. Almost up 2R. Almost up 2R. Guys, by the way, I am gonna have to call it an early day, like right at 9:30. I'm gonna have to get out of here. So there's XOM. There's XOM trail out. Son of a gun. Son of a gun, man. Oof, that's annoying, honestly, because especially if I think this thing could definitely just roll over and go lower. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but nonetheless, I just really was not on my game this morning. I wasn't ready to trade. Point blank period. Missed all the 1 minute charts. This AYX, I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but I should have been in it. Should have been in it. It's already up almost 2R, like I said. Didn't see much on DG. OKTA had a lovely sell setup that I should have been in. I mean, I could have been up 3-4R today already. I know you can't win them all, but you got to win some of them, especially whenever they're that obvious in your face, man. Chewy, yeah, I didn't really see anything on Chewy. I think we got the best pattern there. Still not looking super great though, but yeah. Guys, RCL. Ooh, this is actually really interesting. RCL, high of the day by low of the day. 75-cent stop loss. Guys, watch this. RCL. What's anything else at the moment right now? Yeah, guys, RCL. Keep a very close eye on this. 81.44, 80.69. I'm going to get an order ready. 80.69. 75-cent stop loss. We're going to need 82.20 something. 219. All right, guys, watch this RCL. I like this quite a bit. Quite a bit on the RCL. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put my order in there. Give it a little bit of room. All right, there we go. High of the day, low of the day, RCL. Here we go, RCL, high of the day, low of the day. Man, oh man. See, I'm a little bit annoyed with XON, man. This thing had everything you wanted to see. Under resistance, plenty of void lower. Like, was that? That wasn't. Oh, it was RCL. Okay, so we are in the RCL, guys. RCL, we are in there. I'm going to raise my stop up just a little bit here. We're not going to get hurt on that, but give a little bit more protection there. So in the RCL, we're in the Chewy still. Chewy's looking a little bit rough. Not doing anything too bad just yet. If we break this 36.20, that pivot right there on the 5, we might be in some trouble. But at the moment, we're not looking too bad. All right. Let's make sure I keep an eye on this RCO. My target here is 82.20 basically. 82.20 is the target on RCL. Off to a nice pop. Nice start so far on that one. Did I get slippage there? No. All right. Man, I'm still annoyed with the AYX. I mean, that thing didn't do anything wrong. It didn't do anything wrong. The buy setup, the breakout could have been better, but you can't not get into this trade just from that little issue. All right, keep it moving. OKTA, Exxon, RCL. Man, look at that thing. Nice big old pop on RCL. I really don't have a whole lot else right now. SPY's all the way back up high of the day. Qs are at high of the day. Intap's probably just going to struggle here for a little bit. Chewy, looking at AI. Oh, Chewy's pulling in here as well. I'm watching AI. What are you doing with it, my man? Are you trying to day trade it, swing trade it? Personally, for me, I'm not doing either. This is a wild, whippy stock, ripped up higher, gapping down. There's just not a whole lot of direction. I try to avoid these stocks. So, not a whole lot to do with it for me. Swing trade, yeah, I don't know. Long, I don't know. It's maybe if you're like core trading, where you're gonna hold it for a while, maybe. Put in that stage 1. It's in that early stage 2 transition, so maybe it goes higher in the long run. But right here, right now, today, or like this week, I'm not really touching that thing, man. It's all over the place. All over the place. We need some sort of pattern, some sort of something. I mean, yeah, like I said, this is just a wild, whippy stock, so not a whole lot to do with it for me. RCL's off to a decent start. Need to get over that $82 area. Intap is pulling back a little bit here. Up $1.80. It might be 2R, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Would have hit 2R. Not just 1R, would have hit 2R. Oof. I'm really kind of perturbed I didn't get that one. A few of these trades, man. Intap, OKTA, AYX. I mean, that's 3 damn R. 3R. Now I took a whippy trade on Exxon. Honestly, I like this Exxon trade though. I don't have a problem with it. This thing is just a dog. Got whipped out of that. RCL trade's pretty good too, honestly. Chewy's, it's not the world's worst trade, but it has its issues. We're still not out of the woods yet on Chewy. We might get up to target, but we're not out of the woods yet there. I mean, between Intab, OKTA, and AYX, I mean, that's, like I said, that's 3R. That's 3R. It was just sitting there waiting for me to take it. I just didn't. Missed it. Oof. All right, guys. Don't see a whole lot else right now at the moment. SPY and Q's a little bit choppy today. Sell off. Now we got 100% retracement back towards high of the day. Q's really chopping around, grinding higher. Still in a nasty range though. You look where we're at on this 15-minute chart. We got a lot of resistance above. We got support below, so not a whole lot to do with that. The NTAP, probably not much to do with this one either anymore. I mean, you're already at over your average trading range. Anything on here, you're gonna need a wide stop for it, so you're gonna be asking a lot out of it. Chewy is struggling quite a bit. Not feeling too warm and fuzzy about that one. AYX is not trading anymore, but I mean, it was stellar. That was a stellar trade there. DG is, I mean, this thing, another one this has tripled its average trading range. Not doubled, tripled the average trading range, so I would not be taking a breakdown on that at all. OKTA is a little bit of a range concern on this one as well. It looks like it might have found the bottom. You can still watch XM under low of the day. Not super confident in it, but you can watch it. The RCL was pulling back a little bit here. Pulling back. So I'm gonna raise my stop up to just under 81 on that. 80.97. There we go. All right. So let me check something real fast. Realize. All right. We're good. COF. Honestly, Capital One. It's really, really thin volume. It's a little bit spready and thin volume. You can watch over high today, but be mindful of those two things. Tesla. You can trade Tesla over high today as well. It still has a little bit of range left. Yeah, that's all I see here. That's all I got. So we are in the RCL. It's doing okay. Doing a decent job. In the Chewy, another one, man. This thing is really just holding on. If we can get over $37, I'll feel a lot better about it. I'll be able to raise my stop up. Yeah, so hopefully that thing gets going. Man, I'm gonna have to start waking up earlier, I guess, or something. I'm gonna have to start getting on a little bit earlier just so I can be ready to go when that market opens. because look at this tab. This thing triggered. This was 3 minutes into the day. 79 cent stop loss. I guess it didn't go 70. It went 74, but you could have tightened it up if you really wanted to. And at that point, I would have been at break even, so I wouldn't have lost anything. So tab, the OKTA, look at that stuff set up. 941. We'll give it $1.20 on the stop loss. It's down 276, well over 2R. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on my toes in the morning, man. Like I'm always a little bit scattered. I need to make sure I'm ready to go. Gotta get ready to go, man. Dude, trading is such a mental game. It really is. I'll tell you what, learning these patterns, learning the charts, it's not that hard, guys. It really isn't. I mean, look at this AYX. Look at this. It gapped up over resistance. Next pivot is all the way up here. So you don't have any sellers holding you back. There's a little bit of sellers, but all these sellers, they're buyers now. And then look at this. You get a bottoming tail, you get a red bar engulfed by a green bar. What does that indicate? Buyers. Indicates buyers. This bottoming tail indicates buyers. You get a narrow range resting bar and then rip. I mean, this is not hard to see. This is not hard to see. It's up here that's the problem. It's the mental aspect of it that is what is challenging about this business. So once you learn the technicals, you got to get down with the mental. The market doesn't get interesting until 9 a.m. Well, you Central Time. So you're saying the first 30 minutes you're not into the market? I mean, that's perfectly fine, man. Everybody has their own strategy. Everybody has their own way of trading. So if you don't like the first 30 minutes, by all means, wait it out. But personally, I do like the first 30 minutes. I like these charts. I like these patterns. I like seeing this. I'm a fan of this stuff. So it's there for me. I can see it very easily. So it's just a matter of trusting the instincts and actually getting in on time. Exactly. You got to keep the mind strong. It's the only way. I mean, if you could be the best trader in the world, but if your mentality's all screwed up, you're done. You're not going to make it in this business. You gotta work on the mental. Gotta get that mental focus, mental clarity. And frankly, I did not have that this morning. Frankly, I did not have that. I was a little bit scatterbrained, trying to chase some of these stocks. So Chewy's still really just hanging out there. Looking at PBF. Let me check it out in just a second, Casey. You don't see a whole lot from my list that I'm interested in. There's XM all the way back up. Man, like I said though, this was sometimes trades just don't work. Like XM. I think this is a good trade. Underneath resistance, got the void, doing pretty decent volume. Nice little breakdown pattern. Like maybe you could have got a little more rest. You could have argued that, but not the end of the world. Not the world's worst trade. Not the worst trade by any means. Let me check out PBF for you. PBF Energy. Like an oil, yeah, some sort of oil related stock. You are shorting this at 36. Your stop loss is at 37.27. So you're not getting a whole lot, just pretty much today's range on the stop. And then target down to 34. I like that. This is like a stage 3. Definitely not stage 3. So yeah, I mean the 50% retracement is you're gonna need a little bit lower than that. So you need to retrace a little bit more, but not too shabby. I mean, just be mindful. You are in that stage 3. It's very. I mean, you might be starting very early, very very early stage 4. If this goes down here and makes a lower low, it might be the start of the stage 4. So you might be catching that wind, but not just yet. You are. I mean, it's pretty early. It's still in that stage 3 slop. So not bad though. Definitely got the room down there. This is an oil stock too, so it's probably a little bit related to crude oil in that whole sector. So maybe if crude oil drops lower too, should help out that trade. Man, RCL still chopping around up here. We needed to just a little bit over 82, man. We could have been aggressive. Definitely could have been a little more aggressive and got a tighter stop loss. But we gave it a wider stop. It still has a lot of range though. I mean, that's why I gave it the wide stop. It has a lot of range left. So really not worried about getting full target there. I think I might be raising my stop up here just a bit though. 81.05. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. 81.05. Raising that stop up. So now we are at a half R risk. Just half R risk on the RCL. Chewy's still slightly above half R risk. I'm not raising my stop up until it gets over 37 though. I'm not going to be tagged out of that. Right. Hey, thanks for the follow, my man. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you throw them out there. Make sure you're getting those questions out there. Oh, guys, I am going to be getting off here in exactly 10 minutes though. I've got to run at 9:30. We got some stuff to do. I'm not going to be able to be in the Discord voice channel today. I'll still answer any messages and stuff, of course, but I'm not going to be in that voice channel today. I've got some stuff I got to do, got some work to do, so I'm not going to be there, but I will be here for another 10 minutes. Intap, looking like it's trying to keep it going, man. Over 72, man. That's going to be a tough. You're going to need like an 80. If you're real aggressive, you can give it a 50-cent stop loss. But not really my cup of tea. It does look higher. It does look good, but it gets to a point when the range and the resistance does become a factor. So, dude, DG is having like the worst day maybe ever. Holy crap. This thing is down bad, dude. Didn't even care about resistance. Just blew right through a support. Just blew right through that support. Dropping like, are we going to see 130 today? No, it's not going to do that, but I mean, it's having a bad day, that's for sure. It's having a real bad day. Accumulation phase, markup, distribution. Yeah, exactly. The market cycles, the 4 stages of the market. 4 stages of the market. I guess the SPY is not a great example of it, but Chewy's not a bad example. You got the stage 1 accumulation, kind of there's really different feelings. Then you get stage 2, this is where you get the markup. This is where greed comes into play. You got a lot of buyers, everything's rolling up, and you get this stage 3 where it's like a distribution stage where there's like a tug of war between the buyers and sellers. It's back and forth price action, not a whole lot of direction. And then finally you get the stage 4 downtrend with the markdown where you get a lot of fear coming into the markets. Everybody's selling, everybody's trying to get out. And then you start it all over again. Stage 1, accumulation period, just kind of indifferent, not a whole lot of volume, just hanging out. Eventually, maybe we'll get to that stage 2 and do it all over again. And COVID really threw a wrench in some of that. Oh, come on, Chewy. You were looking good for a second there, brother. You were looking good for a second. Now you're going to pull back on me like that? Damn shame. Intact. Oh my God, this is a little interesting. I hate how good this breakout pattern is looking right now. Nothing else. I mean, the range is definitely an issue, man. Definitely an issue. It has some wide range days, but tough. A little bit tough there. Where's my stop at? Is this thing about to stop me out? Oof, we got a little protection at 95. Markets are pulling in pretty good here, actually. Wow, Qs are pulling in quite a lot. I'm still annoyed with I didn't trade AYX. I should have been in that. Should have been in that one for sure. OKTA, same thing. Exxon, man, Exxon Mobil can kick rocks, honestly. Like I said, that was a pretty solid trade. I don't mind that one too much. RCL still hanging out. Capital One, man, this thing's got some strength, no doubt. One issue here is the volume. We're almost an hour into the day and it's doing 200,000 shares, so that's very thin. 10-cent spread. Careful with it. Let's check out some swing trades. Let's see what my swing trades are up to. Maybe the swing trades are having a better day. BNT's kind of hanging out. I'm going to be exiting this one tomorrow, anyways. Toast kind of hanging out. FSK, man. Ooh, this one's looking good. Might finally get a little breakout on the FSK. There we go. Frog just hanging out. RCL. We got into RCL today. We got into that RCL right at that resistance 81.16. And this guy, did not get into this one. A nasty little bottoming tail there. So let's see what any of the other top ideas are doing. Figs, nothing. So none of these even triggered today, really. All right. Oh man. So, like I said, guys, I'm gonna be off here in about 5 minutes. If you have any questions or comments before then, make sure you throw them out there. If you are not already in the Lang Trading Discord, make sure you check that out. It's free to join. Got some good trading resources in there. Usually, I'm in the live voice channel for a few hours every day, but I'm not gonna be able to make it today. What's going on with that chart? I got some errands to run, got some stuff to do. So, Target, you're looking at Target, my man. Are you swing trading this one as well? Oof. Target's tough. Because, I mean, right here, right now, out of the last 9 bars, 8 of them are red. You're down a lot. And this big volume spike right here, that usually indicates ending volume. I know we gapped lower and went a little bit lower today, but I would see this thing bouncing in this area. I would see it bouncing before going lower. And so you might be thinking, ooh, well, why don't I go long on it? It's like, well, you don't want to go long on it because it's still one of the weakest stocks out. Ooh, what was that? Oh, Chewy, you freaking dog. All right, trailed out of Chewy. Oh man, that's annoying. I should have had a good day today. I should have gotten a few R out of today, and I'm just taking mid trades. Chewy was not my best look. Chewy was not my best trade here. Is what it is. Back to Target. Back to what I was saying about Target. You're down a lot, man. And like I said, I would wait for some sort of bounce because stocks, they don't just go down forever. So they gotta get some sort of correction, whether it be a price correction where it bounces up and then goes down, or whether it be a time correction where it just consolidates and then goes down. But one way or another, this thing needs to correct. And I mean, if you want to trade the bounce, go for it, try it. But like I said, I'm not going to try to go long on one of the weakest stocks out. This is in a pretty clear stage 4 downtrend. So yeah, there's my take on the Target. I know Casey was trying to trade this one earlier as well. Oh man, a little bit annoying there, guys. So what do we got? We got about 1.4 R down. Still got RCL open. half our risk on this one. So worst case scenario, I'm down about 2R. Best case scenario, I'm down about fourth of an R. So like I said, man, really should have been a better day. Should have gotten the NTAP. Should have got the AYX, OKTA. I mean, there's money on the table. I didn't pick it up. Wasn't ready for it. Wasn't in the right headspace to trade this morning. So that'll do it to you. So come back at it, ready to get in tomorrow. It's Friday. I mean, it's been a short week. Feels like a short week too. So that's gonna put me. So I'll be down just a little bit this week then. After today's very mediocre trading. Ah man, should have done better. But all right, guys. With that, I'm gonna be getting off here. Like I said, I gotta run. Got some errands to take care of. So I will see you all back here tomorrow morning. As always, make sure you check out that Lang Trading Discord. I will be up to date with that, posting all my trades in there, answering all your guys' questions and comments. So until tomorrow, take care. Hope you guys had a little bit better day than I did. Hope you guys had a little better day than me. But nonetheless, not the world's worst day. We still follow the money management rules, so we didn't completely break our plans. So yeah, peace, brother. I will see you guys tomorrow.